Welcome to the Construction Show. We have the first time on the Construction Show, but they've been on our mining show. They're going to be on multiple times throughout the year. An incredible company. You're going to see their new product throughout the market here over the next year and probably the next 30 or 40 or 50 years. Great company. Graymont, they're introducing GRAYBOND into the market. We've got Narain Hariharan on the show. He is their new products and application engineer at Graymont. Narain, welcome to the show. Great to have you on.
Thank you, Jared. Glad to be here.
So you and I have chatted before. We really focused on the mining side, on Mining Now. We will put a link to that episode for people, our mining audience, on the Construction Show. But just for anybody who doesn't know, even watching around the world in North America and Canada, just give us a really high-level, quick intro of who Graymont is.
Sure. Graymont's a privately owned company headquartered in Richmond, British Columbia, and having operations across North America and in Asia Pacific, Australia, New Zealand, and Malaysia. We're a global leader providing essential lime and limestone solutions and are committed to sustainability.
And
our reputation,
yes,
I just wanted to add that
of course.
Our reputation is built around reliability, integrity, and providing world-class performance. We take pride in meeting and exceeding the expectations of our customers.
Where are you based out of? But which office do you work out of?
I'm based out of our Sandy, Utah office, which also happens to be our central lab, where all the R&D and all the cool stuff happens.
So GRAYBOND, have you sort of been able to work with it from the beginning stages, or how long have you been involved in the promotion of the product?
I have. I joined Graymont 4 years back, and I have been a part of and I've seen the growth and development of GRAYBOND right from the beginning. It's been about 2 years since we've been collaborating with various folks and also investing heavily in research and development at our own facilities to develop the product. And we're happy to be in the position where we are. We're excited to roll out GRAYBOND to the North American mining and construction industry here at SME, starting at SME here, and in other trade shows coming on later this year.
We're going to get into some specifics about the construction side, but just first looking at the market, is the we've done the episode about mining, but in the construction world, there must just be absolutely massive opportunities. Like in the U.S., the amount of construction that's happening, obviously in Canada, but around the world, that must just be a massive market opportunity for you.
Indeed, Jared, that's a key driver. The construction industry is facing tremendous challenges, and where there's adversity, there is opportunity, right? So the challenges are centered around lowering the carbon footprint and making sure that construction practices are sustainable, using sustainably sourced raw materials. So that's where we think we can make a positive impact.
Let's talk about our Heavy Industry World Tour, brought to you by Savannah Equipment, supplying mining equipment worldwide, and Corporate Traveler Canada, helping companies travel the globe simpler, faster, easier. We are heading to events across North America and Australia and filming episodes on location. Email us at info@crownsman.com to be part of Crownsman's Heavy Industry World Tour. ZeroNox is leading the electrification of off-highway commercial and industrial vehicles. They provide a platform for clean energy technology to get to market through powertrain solutions, development partnerships, and electrification kit solutions for conversions. Reduce carbon emissions without diminishing vehicle performance or being restricted by high costs. Partner with ZeroNox, like many of the world's leading OEMs, as they solve challenges across multiple continents with their cleaner and higher-performing technology. ZeroNox solutions are designed and engineered in America with offices in Porterville, California. Learn more at zeronox.com. Join us in the depths of the mining world, where global leaders and industry giants converge to shape the future of mining. From groundbreaking technologies, advanced machinery, revolutionary safety measures, to sustainable initiatives. This is the voice of mining. This is Mining Now. Showcase your company to millions worldwide. Book your episode now. Visit crownsman.com. Stetson helmets use cutting-edge head protection components used previously only in extreme sports helmets, now utilized in both of Stetson's Type 2 models. The SHK-1 and SHK-1 full brim models are the most innovative helmets on any job site. Offering a revolutionary combination of choroid and twice-me technologies, this Stetson full brim helmet is the first of its kind in the Type 2 category, providing you with the protection and comfort you need to get the job done. Saving lives one helmet at a time. Stetson, where safety meets innovation. You can visit them at Stetson.com to learn more.
Let's just walk through what GRAYBOND is, and I'd really like to take some time because I think that a lot of people are going to hear this episode, a lot of people are going to watch it, and for many of them, it is their first intro. It certainly was when I started talking to your company. It was my first intro into even understanding the use of limestone as a binder, and that was all new to me. So, can you just walk us through what the product is?
Sure. So GRAYBOND is a alternative low-carbon cementitious binder that is composed of lime and limestone products along with naturally sourced pozzolans or other reactive aluminosilicate minerals. So the composition and the blend ratios of GRAYBOND vary from one application to the other and are designed to meet the specific needs of the end application and the end user. So GRAYBOND is designed to replace anywhere between 15 to up to 100% cement, depending on the application and the performance requirements associated with the application. And I think we'll get into some of the details here in the show. But I just want to emphasize that the value proposition for GRAYBOND is built around lowering the carbon footprint relative to cement while meeting all the performance requirements and also having the ability to optimize and customize our binder formulations to meet the specific needs of our customers.
Something came to my mind. And I want to go from that 50% to that 100%, maybe look at some examples of where they would be applicable. But something came to my mind is, as this new product has come out to the market, why has it not been introduced 20 years ago? Has it been tried? It wasn't able to be formulated properly. Just cement is one of those products that just sort of took over the market, and that's just people assumed that's what we'd always use. Why is it now in 2024 the product comes to market?
Yeah, great question, Jared. So there are, I think it's a combination of factors that has really motivated us to develop GRAYBOND. Obviously, Graymont, decarbonization and lowering our carbon footprint is front and center to our business. So the real motivation was around developing a high-quality engineered product that can meet the needs of the construction industry, and where we started was how can we utilize well-established and known proven principles of lime, and how can we take advantage of those and develop a formulation that can offer cementing properties and be a sustainable alternative supplementary cementitious material to traditional SEMs such as fly ash and slag, which are facing supply issues, and the availability of these traditional SEMs in many cases are dwindling with time. So that was our motivation to develop GRAYBOND.
How long does it take? Just quickly, how long does it take for this from development to actually get it to market? Were they already developing it when you joined the company?
No, I've been. So we started the development of GRAYBOND about 3 years back. So I have been part of the development right from its inception. So, and we're not fully. We're still continuing to define the specific end applications where GRAYBOND fits in.
Right.
We're in collaboration with industry partners and engineering firms. So it's still work in progress and will continue to be in terms of us perfecting a solution. So right now we know that GRAYBOND can be used to treat soils, certain types of soils. We know that lime and our core products are well proven to treat certain soil types. And our idea with GRAYBOND is to broaden the spectrum of soils that can be treated using our products and expand that using GRAYBOND.
You said that range from 15 up to 100%. Could you give some examples? We could get quite specific here. I'd like to, if we can. What would be an example of where it would be 15%? What would be an example of at 100, and maybe a couple in between? What specific applications within construction would it apply?
Yeah, sure. So the two main applications that we're focusing on in terms of construction is the soil stabilization and also general concrete, low carbon concrete mix designs, certain types of applications wherein we can introduce GRAYBOND as a supplementary cementitious material. In terms of the cement replacement rates, we have case studies that have indicated promise to replace cement, to completely replace cement for certain soil stabilization applications and certain soil types. I'll give you an example of a work that we did with an engineering firm over the past 6 months from a project site in California, wherein we compared the performance of GRAYBOND against cement and lime at an equal application rate. This was more to do with treatment of sandy clay soils, having low to moderate plasticity, where traditionally the choice of chemical binder would be between cement or lime. So, and in those studies, we noticed that GRAYBOND was able to not only lower the plasticity of the soils, but also exceed the unconfined compressive strengths of the soil in comparison to cement, both at the 7-day and the 28-day mark. So that was that was a tremendous case study. We're working on other case studies, similar case studies in both Canada and the U.S. We're also looking into other soil treatment applications such as ground improvement, deep soil mixing applications, where we're exploring the potential of various types of blends depending on the mineralogy and the soil types that we encounter.
So you're saying it actually was a stronger product for the stabilization from the testing so far, then, right?
Well, I say that, but we have to take that. We just have to be cautious in saying that, in the sense that it's highly dependent on the type of soils that are being treated. So it's so depending on the soil type, that's where we're in the process of defining what soil types are suitable for treatment with GRAYBOND. In this specific instance, we feel that in this specific instance, you are correct that at the same application rate of about 4% by weight of soil, binder application rate, GRAYBOND did outperform cement in this instance. Correct.
Is that because the main component being lime, it's stronger. It's stronger. It hardens over time and becomes a stronger product as time wears on, as opposed to cement, which sort of what is it, like the 28-day cement starts to. It's the strongest at 28 days. I probably have the day wrong, but it's the strongest point at 28 days, and then it sort of deteriorates or something. There's something like that, or 90 days, or whatever it is. Is it sort of part of that?
Yeah. So really what it is, as I mentioned before, GRAYBOND is a mix of limestone, finely ground limestone, and pozzolan. So the strength is developed based on two mechanisms. One is the traditional mechanism wherein lime modifies the naturally present clays in the soils through pozzolanic reactions by solubilizing the clays and increasing the pH and providing the calcium for converting the clays into cementitious products. So that's one mechanism, and the contribution of lime towards the strength development. The other component, of course, is the lime also activating the pozzolans, the natural pozzolans that we add into GRAYBOND, and creating separate phases, separate cementitious phases through the reaction between the lime and the natural pozzolans. And where the limestone fines comes in is to optimize the particle packing and the particle size distribution overall of the soil that's being treated with the binder. So a combination of reasons that contribute towards the performance of GRAYBOND.
What are some questions you're getting now? Really, at its core, Graymont is really a mining company at its core, and now you're sort of venturing out. Like the GRAYBOND, that's going to be, you're going to have a branded product in the construction world and the mining world, but especially in the construction world, there's going to be a lot of communication that'll have to happen to get your product spec'd into these projects all over, well, potentially all over the world. What are some of the questions specific out of the construction sector that you're getting?
Indeed. I think the questions revolve around understanding where GRAYBOND fits in and what type of applications GRAYBOND fits into, and also around the carbon footprint of GRAYBOND, which I think is something that we're actively working on quantifying. One thing that we should recognize here is that GRAYBOND is an engineered solution, the formulation of which is customizable and adaptable to different soil types. So in doing so, we're making sure that we clearly define the types of GRAYBOND products that will be marketed to specific applications and for treatment of specific soil types, for instance, so that there is a clear understanding and clarity around the carbon footprint of these binders also. So those are some of the key questions, aside from, of course, the anticipation and curiosity around when GRAYBOND will be available for trials and commercial use, along with the cost of GRAYBOND.
When you talk about the support, will that come directly from GRAYBOND? Is this a distributed product, or is this a product that people will be able to come directly to you for support?
It'll be a product that Graymont manufactures and sells. So directly, correct.
So that support that you're talking about will actually be provided from Graymont.
Yes.
The other thing I wanted to really understand and spend time on is if somebody is listening to this, they look up the product, they understand, they go, okay, this is a good fit for my application. What is their expectation, should their expectation be? Where is the product at? Is it available now, depending on where they are in the U.S. or in Canada or around the world? What should their expectation be? And then what is the process of actually getting it into their project?
Yeah. So where we are right now is Graymont has pilot production facilities to manufacture GRAYBOND and supply GRAYBOND for use in field trials, for lab and field trials, I should say. So the process is just that. I think where it would start is, and I think we're also working with engineering firms, like I mentioned before, in qualifying GRAYBOND per ASTM standards, and we expect to have that more information on that in the coming months. So in terms of collaboration and partnerships, really the way it works is we are happy to engage with potential customers through lab trials and field trials to define what the optimal GRAYBOND composition is for their end use. So it's a very collaborative process wherein we'd be happy to independently verify the performance of GRAYBOND before and address the concerns of our customers before using GRAYBOND in their projects.
This is just before we wrap up, Narain. I wanted to ask you, what you've been at this now, right from ground up from the GRAYBOND product. What has been the biggest learning curve or challenge that you've had in you're developing a product, getting it to market, promoting it, trying to coordinate all this, and it's going to be a global reach, and Graymont is a very large company. For you, what has been the biggest learning that you've had just bringing this product to market or being part of the team that brings it to market?
Yeah, I mean, it's the realization that there is no one size fits all solution. I think there's opportunities for new products. There is an opportunity to make a positive difference. I think the time is ripe for that. With the concerns around the carbon footprint, the biggest learning is around the fact that we need to understand what our strengths are and where Graybond can work and where Graybond will not work. And I think that's where we're defining the process where every situation, every project is unique. And it's around the whole process of qualifying Graybond and defining the defining the expectations around Graybond in a transparent and clear manner is something that we take pride on. And it's been a challenging and rewarding and exciting experience so far.
Just quickly before I let you go, actually, what would be an example of where it would not be applicable, where this would not be the right product?
Well, that's a good question. I think again, like I said, superficial soil stabilization is one where we are focusing, and we think there is most promise for utilization of Graybond. I mean, if I am to answer a question today regarding, if Graybond can replace all of your cement in ready-mix concrete, we're not there yet.
Right.
But that's something that we have to define very carefully as to what's possible, how much cements we're able to replace, and so it's highly project-specific and case-specific, where we want to make sure that that we not only formulate the right type of Graybond for you, right type of product for you, but also make sure that we work with our customers to understand what their needs are and make sure we actually go through the rigor and test Graybond and qualify it for end application. So yeah.
So it's not really saying, well, it's not for these applications. It's more just this is what the information you have now is, and then as the product rolls out more, becomes more globalized and into the market, you'll have a better information on. Okay, it also works here, here, and here. It's just that hasn't
correct.
You haven't had the time essentially over 3 years to prove every single detail.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very exciting, and I'm so glad. We're doing 4 more interviews. There's so many different ways we're going to go discussing the product and Graymont. So thank you very much for being part of the first 2. Can't talk anymore. Narain, and we'll be doing it again soon, I hope.
Great. Thank you, Jared.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for watching the construction show. Of course, we'll have links to Graymont. You can connect directly with Narain if you have some specific questions that you wanted me to ask that I didn't. You can send those to him on LinkedIn. We've got their website, their LinkedIn. They've got a YouTube channel. This is a new product to the market. So over the next year and probably the next 5 years, they're going to be rolling out more and more information like we touched on at the end. So make sure to follow them and stay up to date or get in touch with their team so that you can get a better understanding as the product rolls out into the market more and more. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you on the next episode of The Construction Show.